Tim A says, what's good on pizza but not pussy?
I know the answer. So, Pat, what is it?
Ooh, hair. Craters.
Cheese. All that
cheese.
works. Crust.
Cheese is gross.
Crust.
Crust.
You are.
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh yeah. Good morning
And welcome to episode 1081 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, November 14th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Mark's got a cup of coffee in the big time, all about loss. So
yeah, it's going to be depressing. Yeah, it's a terrible coffee. Happy Monday.
Right. But after that, Pat's got a real estate corner with some good news about affordable cities, right, Pat?
Not good news. I mean, it's not good news.
Well, come on.
I mean, I'll tell you what it is, Will. It is, I'm going to tell you about where the least affordable and the most affordable places for you to buy a home are.
I love it. I think I'm in the least affordable currently. Area.
You think that you are, and it's and it's so much worse than you think that it is for you.
Interesting.
Damn.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, it's bad for Mark, which will be fun for the rest of us potentially. Right. And then I'll close us out with a little bit of funny election news, but also haunting UFO news. So prepare to be haunted by the latest UFO news.
That's right. And I was going to do a thing about why Wes is out, but I forgot. The joke was going to be some guy, a wedding photographer in San Francisco, got his ass kicked this weekend. So I was going to play that clip and be like, Wes went to San Francisco for the first time.
Oh, right.
But,
he
was just doing weddings in Austin.
He'll be
Did
back.
a wedding photog get his ass kicked?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
For his camera in San Francisco. It was on
At the wedding?
Got robbed for his camera?
Yeah, he got robbed for his camera and got beaten in front of
From a guest? What guest did this to him?
No, like people.
No, like the people. Yeah,
the
like
theme is like people
thief.
like have been stealing professional photographers expensive cameras.
They raided the wedding for the gear.
Yep.
That's wild.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know who would have never let that happen is Macho Man. And the Macho Man RIP, his birthday is tomorrow on November 15th. So don't forget, store.hardfactor.com to get your Macho Man merch. RIP Macho Man. Happy birthday tomorrow. So
That's awesome. That's going to be a big day for us.
yeah, I think we're doing a discount too, right? Wes did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 20% off for everyone.
He remembers.
Yeah.
Only on Macho Man's birthday. So get in there.
Yeah.
Get the merch.
Nice. Well, you guys want to do the show?
Yeah, I'd like to.
Okay.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Okay. So, like mentioned a minute or so ago, this coffee's theme is loss. So we should probably start with a joke of the day before we get to the dark stuff, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Keep it light.
Yeah, keep it light, right? This one's super light. Tim A says, what's good on pizza but not pussy?
I know the answer. So, Pat, what is it?
Ooh, hair. Craters.
Cheese. All that
cheese.
Works. Crust.
Cheese is gross.
Crust.
Crust.
That's about as light as it gets in the coffee, boys.
No one likes. I like crust on pizza, but no one likes crust on pizza. No one's like, give me. You gotta have the crust.
But
they certainly would say it's better than being on pussy.
What?
Yeah, the guys who say that stuff, I don't.
That's for sure.
Guys who say that stuff, I don't want to be around.
What if it was stuffed crust? Well, I mean that joke.
Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you a joke about pussy. I just met you. Yeah. Come here.
Yeah. I'm indifferent on pizza crust, but definitely not on a pussy.
I
not
would
my
eat
favorite.
that twat so soon. Would you now?
Yeah, that guy.
Hold the crust though, please.
That guy.
Might want to Google that.
First, that was from Pat's referencing a man we encountered on a
twice our age.
Yeah,
twice our age. We met at a bar, and he told us
he was hitting on a young girl
who was 19's pussy so soon.
So soon.
He was like 40.
Soon.
She doesn't even know it. She'll wake up and won't know what happened to her.
He was a class act.
Yeah.
The crust wouldn't have bothered him, actually.
It's like a quarter behind your ear. It's going to happen quick.
And you're
Might
going to
wanna-
be surprised.
Yeah.
Might want to Google that.
He
That was,
kept
that was
saying
his
that,
favorite
too.
cut down.
Yeah,
all
he
right.
just learned about Google that night.
He did. Surprisingly, he knew about Google. This is like
You should
2000,
check that out on Google.
2002
That guy was hilarious.
at a dive bar.
No, it was 2006, probably
Was
set
it? Okay.
5.
Yeah.
Shout out Omaya's. We had an event there for one of our short
That's
films.
right. We launched a film there, premiere. All right, first up, let's just rip the Band-Aid right off. Okay, FTX declared for bankruptcy. And literally no one is optimistic about crypto thanks to FTX CEO Schlubby Sam. We'll call him Schlubby Sam, right?
Schlubby Sam, Nerdy Sam.
Oh, Schlubby Sam.
Somehow Sam looks like he just got bar mitzvahed. This is the issue here.
Yeah.
Like Sam has the same look that an awkward 14-year-old has.
He never
And
he
He
evolved.
never like got a hair trim or like maybe, I don't know, stopped dressing like a 14-year-old boy. He still is 100% dressing
You're right.
like a
On
14.
his Little League baseball team, he looked exactly like this in the picture. Yeah,
100%.
100%.
Never grew out of it.
So people have been spotting him, I guess, in the Bahamas. Some people said he might be in Argentina. Basically, everyone's so mad at him that they're just like saying they've seen him in the nicest places in the world where he shouldn't be because he stole everyone's money, right? Over the weekend, I believe we were talking about it. I think it was like late Friday night into Saturday morning. Something like $650 million was moved, even though they were on a complete withdrawal freeze into
Right.
specific FTX like executives' wallets. They
They were
I have a
moving
theory on
things
this.
in the night. Yeah.
around.
I have a theory on this.
Okay.
I woke up to a bunch of buddies texting me about the hack. FTX hack. Can you believe it? Because, I'm still technically involved in a crypto outfit. It's really horrible.
So explain that hack to me. Is that the theory they're pushing?
So
They were
a traditional hack, like for example, like remember, did you see in the news as of late that the government, the FBI recovered $3.6 something billion of Bitcoin, right?
Okay,
In some guy was holding them in a coffee tin in his
right.
house.
I saw that.
Now,
Yeah.
Right. Now, this guy ripped off Silk Road. And what he did was a traditional hack. He found an exploit effectively. So he found out that if he requested withdrawals rapidly, sometimes 5 withdrawals a second, it overloaded the system and he was able to get double what he just deposited into his account. So this
Office
is a total,
style.
this is 100% a hack, right? He's exploiting
PC
a
logo,
flaw
yeah.
in the system. All right. This doesn't seem like a hack to me.
No.
In
No,
a
these guys
traditional
just-
setting.
They
This
just
seems to me that
liquidated
It
the
was
account.
2 a.m. Saturday morning, and like 4 specific wallets got hundreds
Right.
of millions of
They
dollars.
liquidated the account.
What happened is all day long for the last
Yeah.
6 years, these guys heard about how much cash they had. Who people that worked at FTX, they were like, "Oh man, I'm just gonna. We're the kings of the world." They're on the front of the Titanic, right? And then the Titanic, right? It did what it did,
Right.
and now they're sitting there like all the rest of us saying, "Wait a minute, I'm not worth $1 million anymore.
Right.
I'm worth
Well,
negative $10,000." And these guys couldn't deal, and they had the keys to the
Yeah,
kingdom. That's what I
exactly.
think happened.
Because exactly,
Yeah.
because they're like, while you know we need to wait and see what's going to happen, there still is about $1 billion liquid in here. We can
Let's
just-
get the cash out.
Let's get it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
they did-
entitled to this.
They did what anybody in this situation would do when their backs against the wall and they thought
No.
they could get away, right?
I
Well,
wouldn't
they,
do
they
this.
would do what anything.
Sure.
Steal?
Anyone that's gotten this far in a scam that they
No,
orchestrated would do.
but they think they can get away at this point. I don't think they think that
They think they're
gonna be-
entitled to it, Will.
I don't
do.
think they're gonna. I think they think they're gonna get away. I don't think they
Well,
think at this point they're gonna get caught.
Allegedly, Sam and his buddies moved like 1.6 billion over prior to any of this happening too. Like, so who knows? Maybe not $2 billion
yeah.
went to them.
What did we learn? What did we learn with the 2008 financial crisis, right? Like, as soon as they got the bailout, bonuses started going to CEOs again.
When
These
times
people
are
will
bad,
they will
fraud,
not
fraud,
compromise. They will not compromise their
parachutes,
own
sure.
personal their own personal entitlements. They won't compromise it. It doesn't
Can't
happen.
be me, right?
Can't be me.
I mean,
I can't pay for
I
this.
think I brought this up on the Hive
Right. So he
hour
just withdrew. He's like, well,
first,
so
right? The
I'm gonna-
FTX thing was on Wednesday's Hive hour, and then within 48 hours, everything's gone.
Oh, right.
Quick,
Just
you
like
know. Well, it's
CoffeeZilla
crazy
was
fast,
was
yeah.
calling out the Celsius guys who were dumping Celsius token as recently as 3 weeks ago, right before the guy resigned. And that way
Wild.
they've been in bankruptcy since June.
Yeah,
But-
but I mean, so basically, this is going to kill all but what coins? It's going to kill
Bitcoin.
everything.
It's not going to kill. Okay, so it's not
It'll
going to
kill
kill anything
most-
BNB.
Most exchanges,
Right.
most.
Here,
Binance and Bitcoin seem to be like the only.
I watched a really great. I
Okay, so
normally
Binance
don't
and
like
Bitcoin.
Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. I normally don't like him, but I watched a really, really good. He had a take that he had in June, and he's an FTX investor, and a take he had last week, and he was saying, whenever a market finds a true bottom, and he called this in June, he's like, we're going to find a true bottom. It shakes the bullshit out. and that's when essentially, if it can move on, you have a real industry. So lots of people are optimistic, but I mean, there has to be regulation. I wouldn't
say a lot of people are optimistic.
There has to be regulation. That was his take.
It's regulation, and the regulation they need to hope for is not that it's outlawed, because you got to think, like, this guy was a huge Democratic donor, right? This Sam guy. He was number 2 to George Soros this last funding period. So it's going to be a headache for Biden, because the Republican House is definitely going to be investigating this. And so that he might be like, well, it's such a fucking headache for me, I'm just going to outlaw it. And in that case,
what they're asking for, Will, is a little bit different. Like, they're not asking for full regulation. Apparently, what Mr. Wonderful said effectively was he gave 2 or 3 examples that would be the most base level regulation you would have from the SEC if you were selling a security. He was like, if we just did X and Y, then that would bring the industry
They may have gone for that before this, but not now.
For me, what it did was something as big as FTX being revealed as a fraud so quickly and going from A to B, bankrupt in 48 hours. It shook my entire belief in something like a Binance.
Well, it's not necessarily a fraud.
But
you got to clarify.
Now for the first time, I think it all could be a scam. It all could be fake.
It's not necessarily a fraud.
I understand.
These guys
rug pulled. These guys rug.
No. They over leveraged. They invested in over leveraged positions.
Yeah, but what they did at the end was rug pulling. Was pulling out
crypto. I'm going to try to get rich on crypto again. I can promise you that as well. Not only did Sam ruin crypto,
you and me both, brother.
I mean, I'm not going to give up on it. Not only did Sam ruin crypto for millions of people, but now his actions are getting people to turn on Ukraine. This is kind of like what Will was saying. So money laundering was trending on Sunday, with the right wingers kind of saying that, hey, Sam, this is a fact. Like, Sam gave over $40 million to the Democrats. He was like one or two.
His mom ran a PAC. It's pretty convenient.
Sure. So he gave. The evidence is there. He gave $40 million to the Democrats, but now that's bringing in information, conspiracies potentially that Ukraine, was deeply invested in FTX in particular, and that the billions that we sent them as a government might have been funneled through FTX and all this other stuff.
I just got to outlaw it because this is going to blow up in my face.
The current trend is that everyone on the right is saying Ukraine, Sam, Biden, all in the same boat. Money laundering.
It's a bad situation for Biden and crypto, respectively, both of them.
Ukraine.
Yeah, and Ukraine. All three kind of fucked by Sam here.
Yeah. Did anyone watch? Did anyone watch Vatican Girl over the weekend?
You're right, Mark. You're 100%.
Yeah.
Did anyone watch the Vatican Girl, the new Netflix documentary over the weekend?
No.
Mm-mm.
Really good. You should check it out. But without spoiling anything, there's a part of it that has to do with money laundering. There's a part of it that has to do with the Catholic Church. There's a part of it that has to do with the mafia. And what you'd learn if you watch that is the mafia never lets their money go. And I'll tell you what, as a guy who knows a lot about money laundering, I've been studying it for the last 2 years, the mafia and people like the mafia, the new mafia, were absolutely laundering money through cryptocurrency over the last 3 or 4 years. And those guys, they don't take a stick like me and Will did. They don't take a, sorry, we lost
Sam
your X millions of dollars.
You think the mafia is going to take a mea culpa from this guy?
I guarantee. No, they're going to take him out.
They're going to take his arms off.
They come for their money, dude. I'll tell you that much.
Guys that just love Tom Brady are going to be taking this guy out.
No, the mafia comes for their money, bro.
If you followed us on eating dips, our little side project we did for crypto for a little while, a guy that we were working with, he had a potential rug pull scenario with one of the coins he was working with, and we played he got 150 death threats in 24 hours. He had people in Mickey Mouse voice threatening to kill his whole family. I'm coming to kill you.
I was saying over the weekend,
coming for Sam, dude.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I think that the politicians he donated to will protect him by getting him in witness protection.
I don't think they will. They will. I think that it was such free money to them. I think it was such free money.
I think it
was just free money, dog.
Anymore. I think
he's just going to get destroyed.
Well, they looked at his. They looked at his money like they didn't even look at his money. It just hit their account. They're like, that's nice, because they considered it to be fake. You have to donate money for a long time at that level to be a player. And you have to have deep connections. If you got rich yesterday, you can throw the cash. But if you're not rich the next day, they forget about you.
It's still a bad situation for everybody that he was involved with. This dude needs
to change his look up with some plastic surgery.
Oh, but Will, you brought up a great point. Over the weekend, we were looking at this guy. We saw that he was a DNC donor. And then I was thinking back to when we covered the Celsius biggest losers list. 5 of them on the top 100 ran PACs.
Right.
Yeah, lots of PAC money was from crypto, it turns out. This whole the last 2 elections. Turns
Right.
out lots of PAC money was crypto. Yep.
Wow, shocking. Speaking of losing money, Drake lost $2 million betting on UFC middleweight champion Israel, the Last Airbender, Adesanya, to retain his middleweight championship at the main event of UFC 281. He did not, even though he was easily winning the fight. So he got knocked out. Did you guys follow the UFC 281?
Didn't follow it.
No.
Oh, man, it was good.
With all the football. But
It was so fucking good. So he got knocked out by Alex Pereira. And Israel Adesanya is like widely regarded as one of the best pound for pound fighters, top 3. He's been
How big is he?
Middleweight's like 185, I think, 180.
So me at my prime, I'd be a middleweight at my prime.
Right. It's right above like welterweight, like George St.
Right.
Pierre.
Put me in my prime.
70,
And
and goes middleweight, then light
yeah.
heavyweight, then heavyweight. And he's awesome. He's like he's got like kicks and throws. He's kind of like a little John Jones, and he'd only lost once in the UFC to a guy that was like the light. He went up to fight the light heavyweight champion, and he got beat by him. But otherwise, he's been undefeated in the UFC. But he fought this guy Alex Pereira. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not, but he was a kickboxing guy, and he'd beaten Israel in kickboxing twice and knocked him out once. So not in the UFC. Prior to UFC and his rise to fame, this dude was the guy, like his bane of existence. They were trying to do like, this guy's beat him in other competitions like they classically do in fighting.
Right.
And this time it worked out perfectly because this guy had fought like maybe 5 or 6 MMA fights, like 3 in the UFC. He'd done well, but he was very green, and he came in and it played out perfectly because the first round was fireworks, and the next 3, Israel just outperformed him, out wrestled him, out fought him, and then late in the 5th round, this dude gets a miracle knockout. It was
the
awesome.
best thing the UFC could hope for. Wow.
Incredible.
Dana White just crying tears of money joy.
Yeah, and Drake bet on him. He lost $2 million.
Oh, who cares?
I know. The event set or tied the record with 7 first-round KOs before that fight. The main event I just talked about was extremely good, but the fight of the night was Dustin Poirier, the Louisiana boy, versus Michael Chandler. 3 rounds of insanity. The first round of that fight was probably the best pro fighting fight round I've ever seen in my life. It was just one guy dizzying the other guy with a haymaker, and the other guy recovering and dizzying the other guy. It was like 15 wobbles. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's great. Awesome UFC
Should have watched
card.
that, man.
Yeah, awesome UFC card. Maybe their best ever. Then what happens on Sunday? Anthony Rumble Johnson died.
Oh,
Who's
really?
that?
Oh, so sad.
A legend in mixed martial arts in the UFC. He's a multiple-time competitor for the
Title
light
holder.
heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
He started off light and got big. One of the best knockout artists of all time in the UFC.
It
Died-
looks like I was a similar weight to him when I was in my prime.
Yeah, he's a little more cut, but yes.
Yeah, I think he's shorter than you. He's more of a stocky guy. Big time knockout artist.
Yeah, 17 KOs in the UFC.
Okay.
He died of, I know you are. He died of they're saying an undisclosed disease that he's been battling for some time. So he couldn't knock out cancer or whatever the fuck killed him.
Sad.
Rest in peace to Rumble. Yeah.
Sad. man.
Really young, yeah.
Not great, guys. Another loss, RIP to Myrna Karimi Nasiri, who you may know better as Tom Hanks' character that lived in an airport in the movie Terminal.
No, I loved that guy, that character from Terminal.
Yes. Nasiri lived in a Paris airport for 18 years, and he
Did he die in the airport?
He did. He died in Charles de Gaulle Airport in France, Paris, France, on Saturday of a heart attack. So
He never left the airport?
I think he did, and then he went back. I think he's like, but I like it here better.
Yeah, he's like, regular life sucks. I'm going back to the airport.
Was it like in Shawshank where, what's his name?
Brooks.
Red.
Brooks.
He got out and
Yeah,
he
Brooks.
was at the
Yeah,
grocery
yeah,
store and they
Brooks
hung
had-
himself
Yeah.
because he was institutionalized. He just needed to be in that airport.
Yeah. You don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask him every time you have to go to the bathroom. Just go. You know.
Right.
Yeah, it was
Oh, that's sad. Yeah.
It is. Gallagher died this weekend. So
But in all seriousness,
smashing
a lot of
watermelons
loss.
in heaven. Yeah.
man.
well, yeah, Gallagher. Well, did you know? I don't know if you know
Great
this. Man.
specials when he was smashing the watermelon.
So, but which Gallagher was it? Will, that's the big question. Because Gallagher was doing his act. Do you remember the term? This guy stole my act, right? And we're not talking about a joke. We're talking about him stealing an entire act. Gallagher's brother stole Gallagher's act, and then both were touring as Gallagher. You didn't know in the 1970s or
Well,
80s.
I mean, that's
no way,
fine.
There's no way Gallagher didn't steal that act from someone.
That's like a family business job. Yeah, they're like,
I don't think so, Will.
That's like the Buffers with announcing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But the Buffers didn't even know about
they're
each
just
other, bro.
comedians that smash melons.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
The
were
Buffers
brothers.
didn't even know about each other.
How not?
They-
They were brothers.
They found out about each other later in life.
They're like, you had a great voice too, and you
100%. Dude, you don't know about the
Buffers are
Buffer
not
story?
brothers. They're not.
they're
not-
brothers.
No, they are
They're
brothers. But
strange brothers.
Yeah, they're strange buffers. Mr. Buffer was out there just slamming all sorts of crusty pee.
The Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy started
Wow.
doing it for boxing, and his brother's like, holy shit.
they're
Dude,
they're
come
both
on, you don't know about
inherited
this?
great vocal cords.
Yeah.
No, I did not.
Yeah, okay. Well, you do the next story. I'm going to read up on this and I'll update
Sounds
you
good.
guys.
All right, why don't we
Okay.
just talk about the worst one? There was a tragic collision of two planes at a Dallas air show on Saturday, and 6 people lost their lives. 2 former members of the Allied Pilots Association, which represents American Airlines pilots in particular, Terry Barker and Len Root, were 2 of the 6 that passed away. And basically what happened was 2 historic planes have like their B-17 Flying Fortress bomber, a big one that can fit like 5 or 6 passengers, and a P-63 King Cobra fighter plane, which is a single pilot plane, as you can see. We're at this Wings Over Dallas event with like 5,000, 6,000 people, and they collided. And
The video is insane if you haven't seen it.
I did not, and I'm not playing it.
Yeah, it's so this is sadly very common. RIP. It's horrible. I know like they were all veterans, I think, because they were like
Day after
maybe-
There's
Veterans Day.
definitely a
Saturdays.
veteran day thing.
It was like a continuation. Yeah, it was a Veterans Day weekend thing. It was a Saturday, but yes.
And so, it unfortunately is very common. The Reno has an air races, and before I moved here, one of the planes crashed into the stands. I think one of the years, and then this year even somebody had a solo plane crash and somebody died at the Reno air races. And so now Dallas, you see a mid-air crash. That's
so
crazy.
Definitely not playing the video. Here's what the explosion looked like after it happened, though. Like it was
God.
It was very.
Oh, it was a huge
Instant death
collision.
for all-
Yeah, it was
all 6.
massive.
They
Jesus
said
Christ.
no paying customers or civilians were in the planes. I guess sometimes they might take you up in the planes, or people were asking about that. It was just like pilots or people associated with the pilots associations, and also none of the 5,000 or so spectators on the ground were injured from any debris or anything like that, according to Hank Coates, the president of the company that put on this Dallas Air Show. But one event goer, 27-year-old Anthony Montoya, who witnessed the collision, described it as, he said, "I just stood there. I was in complete shock and disbelief. Everybody was around me was gasping. Everybody was bursting into tears. Everyone was in shock." Apparently it's a horrible scene. There's a bunch of kids there. And
Yeah. No, it's always extremely tragic, and that's so terrible. And air races are weirdly dangerous, and it's surprising to me that there's so many of them, considering how deadly they are.
yeah, this was an air show. It was like
Right, air show, but I mean, it's still the same thing.
It's the same
It
thing,
happens.
yeah.
It happens at these things.
I saw
It's not like this never happens.
Yeah. No, yeah, they're very loud, and hopefully this doesn't happen at them. But this was a bad one.
You guys want to hear about the buffers real quick? Or
Yeah, anything besides that.
All right. Okay. Well, okay. This will make you happy, guys.
Yeah.
This is a lot better. So, Bruce Buffer had been watching Michael Buffer from the beginning when he first said, let's get ready to rumble in 1984. Right. So, he's a big fan of boxing. He keeps seeing this guy. He's like, he's calling the guy Michael. He's like a very handsome, debonair James Bond style with an incredible voice, man. On TV, he said, "Are you kidding me?" He had a job in telemarketing, which means he had access to every phone book in the country. So he thought, maybe he's my brother. Looked through to see if he could find his brother, Michael Buffer. Couldn't find him. He's on a road trip with his dad to San Francisco. And by this time, Michael is famous. He's as famous as all the boxers. People are asking me, this is Bruce speaking, if he's my brother. And I tell him, no, my brother's Brian. And then he's explaining the situation to his dad. And Bruce...
His dad's like, "I didn't get along with your mother."
Well, Bruce asked if he had any idea who the man behind the "Let's Get Ready to Rumble" catchphrase was. And his dad, very blasé, responded that when he was serving in World War II, he'd gotten married at a younger age and had a son. 9 months later, they came back.
He must have had a voice on
That's
him.
what I'm
My
saying.
goodness.
2 different women.
Michael was
Both
raised by
guys.
foster parents under the name Huber.
Oh, I will say that. Who's the younger one? Michael. Bruce?
The younger one is the UFC guy. Bruce.
Right,
Bruce is the younger.
Yeah, Bruce is younger.
He's also got a very good voice, but he's not as I would say creative as his brother, because his catchphrase.
Well, he was the
"It's
innovator.
time."
He was the first.
It's time.
Yeah.
Time. And then
Yeah.
Also-
that's it. There's nothing behind.
I mean, let's think about this critically. This guy's working in telemarketing, right? Michael Buffer is out there. He's raised by a foster family. He's changing his name. He's serving in Vietnam. The guy's got a tough, hard knocks life, and he creates an industry for himself. And his younger brother, who's working in telemarketing, comes along
Steals
and
it,
is
kind
just
of.
like, "Hey, you
stole
can't
from
get Michael. You could get Bruce."
Yeah, he kind of stole his gig. All right. Here's another good one. Yellowstone's back. That's good, right? Let's talk about that for a second. If you don't
That's great for cleavage and television.
Yeah, if you don't watch Yellowstone, you should. It's a great show. Season 5 debuted on Sunday. I should have rewatched seasons 1 through 4, although I was pretty late to the game. I think Will watched it.
It's a great. I mean, it's a great series.
It's good.
So I watched all of them recently. So like,
1883 was good with James Aber.
Yeah, yeah. So the story is basically Kevin Costner's like a 4th or 5th generation ranch owner of the largest ranch in Montana. It's great. The spinoff 1883, the prequel, which was like the origin story, had our boy James Aber as a series regular, pretty much the star, I would say.
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I would say.
Wayne.
And then there's a new spinoff. So Yellowstone season 5, the main one, debuted yesterday, and then 1923, like the generation after 1883, is coming out in a month. And it's starring Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren.
Aber tried to get in that one. He goes, they told me I was dead.
Fuck. Yeah. He's like, fuck. Yeah, I guess back then you probably wouldn't live till 75.
He's like, they're doing this dumb thing where they just keep moving the story forward a generation.
Can I play like my next generation's character?
But I feel like that was probably like one of his best.
Got any work?
Yeah.
Yeah, like to this day. It's still great. Great on his reel, yeah.
Yeah. So. Well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Well, hey, look, that takes us to
The cream of the crop.
All right.
And today's top story is me just sticking with the theme. And it's a 20-year-old Israeli man has been arrested for the attempted murder of his sister with the intent of raping her corpse being the motive.
Oh.
We got her alive.
Well, he tried to kill her.
Boy, that's
then he was gonna have sex with her after. So yeah,
she's like, I could I'll just be really quiet. You don't need to kill me.
Yeah, please stop.
Jesus Christ.
The 18-year-old woman who is still recovering says her brother, quote, entered my room at night, suddenly pulled out a knife and started to stab me in the head. I ran out of the room. He would have killed me. I don't know what happened to him. An Israeli police think they know what happened to him. They claim that the defendant admitted in his interrogation to being a huge fan of necrophilia movies, which is it's a niche genre.
Like what movies?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Where's he? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's a fan of necrophilia? I didn't know it was a genre.
What?
And that it was his love of necrophilia movies and his attraction to his sister that led him to try and kill her, so that he could, like, after bang her cold dead body.
You know, I like Dead Steel and Not the Sound. The Not the Sound series is great.
Yeah, I'm as fucked up as humanly possible. Yep. Yeah. What the fuck?
Cold hearts.
Good Lord.
Cold hearts, cold genitals.
Yeah. The public appointed attorneys representing the defendant said of the case, quote, this is a difficult family matter and the family's trying to recover. And I'd say, yeah, it's pretty difficult.
No shit, man.
Situation, right? Yeah. They went on to say, how the fuck do you want us to defend this? Come on, man. Like, yeah.
That's the grossest news story I've heard since a couple other ones I read last week. You know, I hate those types of stories that just like deflate your belief in humanity. It's that bad.
How good could the necrophilia films have been? This is,
not good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a niche I didn't even know about.
That's what I'm talking about. Also, according to his lawyers, quote, he has been hospitalized in a psychiatric hospital since his arrest and will remain there probably forever because we can't have a guy that kills and fucks his sister in that order out on the streets. Right. The other order is also horrible, but at least understandable. You kill her to keep her mouth shut about the incest sex she knew about that you had when you were alive. This guy wanted to kill her, then fuck her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the budgets just can't be big on those movies.
No, they can't be that good, right? They can't be good.
No.
CGI can't be great on those.
There's no CGI in the genre of necrophilia.
And that's today's cup of coffee.
All right.
Told you it was dark. Which was brought to you by Omaha Steaks. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I was a dirty little steak boy this weekend.
Delicious steaks.
Hell yeah.
I staked hard. I staked my claim.
What did you try?
I tried it all, bro. I had what did they send us? They sent us a filet mignon.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah. And then I had the jumbo dogs.
I didn't have that yet. I had the scalloped potatoes. I had like the apple pastries. I had all of them. I ate
beef
one.
burgers and turkey burgers.
And then I immediately heated the oven up and heated up the rest of them and ate all.
I ate the jumbo dogs. Come on.
I got those
Come on. I know you did.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know you did. Did you guys do the reverse sear? I mean, reverse sear. So I got a pan, 12-inch pan, filled it with about an 1/8 inch vegetable oil, seared, got it as hot as possible until it was smoking, seared those steaks on either side for about 90 seconds, and then put it in the oven for 275 for about 22 minutes. Oh my God. Because I didn't want to wait to defrost them. And it was just some of the best steak I've ever had in my life.
Well packaged. I thought about boiling dogs, but I ended up grilling them. So like, yeah, this is not just steaks, right? And right now it is, holidays are coming up, but don't forget to enjoy the fall season. And what should you be doing in the fall season with football and the fall air and it being nice outside? How about a grilling, tailgating? Talking about having a good time with friends,
Y'all heard
family, eating good food like Omaha Steaks, right?
Delicious.
Yeah.
100.
Luckily, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of fall with their mouth-watering assortment of perfectly aged steaks, ultra juicy burgers, and easy to prepare comfort meals that are ready in a flash. Now's the perfect time to load up on all this incredible flavor and take advantage of 50% off site-wide by shopping their friends and family sale. How about that? Go to omahasteaks.com and use our promo code HARDFACTOR at checkout to get $30 off your order. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com and stock up today. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak. It's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. And don't forget to score that extra $30 off your order when you use Hard Factor at checkout. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights. You won't come close to getting this kind of quality at the grocery store. That's for damn sure. Visit omahasteaks.com, promo code Hard Factor at checkout. A minimum order amount may be required.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
It also, like, this is the perfect thing when it arrived at my house. I was thinking, if I was traveling somewhere and I didn't want to like bring a gift, like travel with the gift, this would be the perfect thing to like ship to yourself to that location. And then you could cook dinner one night with the Omaha Steaks. It's going to be incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Plus that dry ice. I left mine down there for a day and it was like nothing happened.
Yeah, it's good packaging.
It was perfect. Guys, inflation sucks. It's terrible. How are we going to fight it? Well, you could fight with Upside. What? Yes. Yeah, you could fight with Upside, the app, and you can get back some of that cash that those greedy restaurateurs, gas purveyors, and most of those cats are taking from you. And you can outsmart them with Upside. Inflation has us all thinking about different ways to cut back, right? Like I cut back by losing all my money in cryptocurrency.
That's right. Cut it back.
And then having my spouse tell me, I don't care what it's called.
I told
no
you.
more moon coin, no more butt coin, no more jizz coin.
I told you jizz coin was a bad idea.
She took it all away from me. And I had to say, okay, honey. I mean, I didn't have much else to say other than, okay, honey. Okay.
You never gave Jizz Coin a chance.
That's very true.
No, I think that's the problem. Everybody gave all the coins a chance, but thankfully Upside is here to get us.
Look, what I'm doing to cut back is I'm dining out less. But when I do dine out, I'm using Upside, which is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, dines out, etc. With Upside, I don't have to cut back as much as the old lady thinks I'm cutting back because I get cash back on every purchase. It's pretty easy. So to get started, guys, this is like better than a credit card points program. If you're a points guy, I'm a huge points guy. There's something that I love. That's probably why I got so into crypto. There's something I love about like yielding, earning, stacking. As long as it's not real cash, I'm stacking it. And Upside, you can do that. To get started, you can download the free Upside app using the promo code HARDFACTOR, one word. Because if you use that promo code HARDFACTOR, you get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. So Upside will also tell you where the best deals are. Look, it's just a smart look. I recommend it. It's free. It's savings passed on to you. You don't have to pay for it. You should get it. Claim whatever you're buying using Upside by checking it at the business, pay per usual with a credit card or debit card, you get paid. That's pretty much what Wes is doing right now is moving around town using Upside.
Upside boy. I got $12 cash back in Upside this week, but that doesn't include like the 11 cents off I'm hitting on every pump. Right?
That's amazing. And if you gamble that $12, that could be a lot more cash. So download the free Upside app, use promo code HARDFACTOR, one word, to get the $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Guys, Speaking of terrible financial situations, I saw an article on Forbes and it got me thinking, where and when can I buy a home?
Never.
I don't know.
And nowhere.
I don't know. I'll tell you what, of the three of us on this show,
Right now, it's a hard proposition for anybody, considering the construction market and the real estate market is sort of falling through the floor.
Yeah, Pat, the answer is anywhere in 1987.
let me give a little background here. There's four of us on the show right here. Okay. One of us, we all moved during a recession, I guess, into our 2008, 2009. This would have been when we should have started our earning period. And one of us bit the bullet earliest and said, all right, I'll start a real career. Just kept doing our comedy shit, but he did his real career too. So Will, very smartly, with his spouse, was able to buy a home. And Will's in the market now, right? He's in the market.
I'm in my multiple homes. I've bought and sold multiple.
He's bought and sold multiple homes. So, but
He's like he's like our Carlos.
Mark and Wes and I, we didn't do that. So now we're kind of boxed out, like a lot of you guys. And I saw this article on Forbes, and it was the median home prices in the top 10 most expensive zip codes in America, and it blew my fucking mind. So I started there.
Buying a home was I stopped asking my parents for money.
Exactly. That was really big, Mark. I remember that one. I remember
It's
when
like
you
I
did
bought a home.
It's like you bought a house. You're grown up now, Mark.
All
right.
of the satisfaction, certainly.
Yeah.
So I want to go through the top 10 most expensive zip codes in terms of median home prices. And then I want to go through the top 10 places in this country you can actually afford a home. Okay. So guys, the number 10 most expensive zip code in America is 11932. This is Bridgehampton, New York. This is the Hamptons, if you will, as you might assume. And guys, the median home price in Bridgehampton, New York. Does anyone want to take a guess? This is what the houses look like out there.
2.5 million.
1.5.
That's the median. We're talking medium.
1.5.
It is 4.395 million.
There you go. Yeah. So I figured it was very high, but even higher than I thought. Double what I thought.
Double what you thought. Number 9, guys, Newport Beach, California.
It only goes higher.
It only gets higher from there. This is number 9, Newport Beach, California. The median home price in 2022, guys, $4.6 million. That's, by the way, I've grabbed a photograph.
But that's like a $15 million home.
That is true. But what I did, Will, is I searched in Google Images the name of the town and then house, and I grabbed the first photo that popped up. So there's Newport Beach. It's pretty nice, right?
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a fair thing to do. Number 8 is Ross, California. This is San Francisco suburb. This is right outside of Silicon Valley, guys.
That's
median
cool.
home price.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
You like that? It's a two. There's 2 structures on the property. That's my dream. Is have multiple structures.
Big ass pool in the middle.
Oh my god,
This is cool. Unless one of them's a shed, because that's
Unless the median is 5.6 million.
Yeah.
If it's a big shed, though, well, you can turn it into a
It
different
has to be a
structure.
really big shed.
That's true. I mean,
Massive.
but like the biggest sheds that they
home with a kitchen and a shower and
But you know the sheds that they have in the parking lot of Home Depot, like the really big ones sometimes.
That's still not even if it's the biggest one they sell at Home Depot, kind of a flex. But not other than that, no.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I can't sleep in a shed.
I've got a
and
shed.
I shouldn't have sex in a shed. So
You could sleep in a shed. I don't have sex in a shed.
It's not
a lot of
flex.
babies have been made in sheds.
It houses landscaping equipment. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Small
We have different opinions about sheds. We're talking about Ross, California, guys. 4.699 million.
Damn.
Number 7.
Sneeze too. Just thinking about it.
I'm in trouble here because I have had a nosebleed earlier, and then I like a boxer. Like a boxer in my prime, put Vaseline on my nose to stop the nosebleed. And if
You're allergic to all these high prices.
I'm one sneeze away from really having a devastating.
I kind of hope you have a wild nosebleed on air because I haven't seen.
I know that you hope that.
That'd be kind of like crazy to see.
All right, number 7, guys.
Like spurting, or was it?
Oh god damn it! Number 7, Montecito, California. That's 4.995. Number 6, Watermill, New York, which is on Long Island, guys. Watermill, New York. Yeah, pretty much. And now we're getting into the Hamptons. This is the Hamptons.
Oh my God.
5.5 million.
Look at that place.
Fisher Island, Florida, coming in at number 5. That's 6.1 million. That's
Palm
median
Beach?
home price. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's like a planned. That's like a planned house. Yeah, I mean, these are like people buying brand new homes on an island property that nobody can access besides celebrities, basically.
Let me ask you where number 4 is coming in, right? Because this just doesn't make a lot of sense, guys. Boston.
I could see
Boston.
that. Like the ritziest neighborhood in Boston. The nicest.
02199. The median home sale price $6.2 million in Boston.
Yeah, I can see that. The nicest neighborhood in Boston. Yeah.
Guys, that's more than the nicest neighborhood in America, Beverly Hills, which literally has its own police force. I mean, you can't park in Beverly Hills. You can't walk in Beverly Hills. You can't even be there. You could drive through. That's the best you can do. That is 90210, Mark. That's correct. I never saw a high school drama about 02199 Boston.
No. Hey, you fucking F words. Who's
got the fence? Who's got the pills tonight?
This is like such a rich area of Boston. They probably sound English when they talk. They don't even.
It's probably true.
Like, yeah, it's not like that. I doubt, but yeah, maybe so. Maybe so.
All right, well, let's blow through these rich ass motherfuckers and get to a place we can actually afford to live. Number 2, Sagaponack, New York. That's again Long Island. That's the Hamptons. 6.9 million, and then Ethereum, California, which I believe is a suburb of San Francisco. The median home price in 2022. This is the median home price, guys. $9 million. Okay, so
stop it.
Yeah,
you assholes will never live there. Sorry, assholes, you'll never live there.
Well, that includes us. So,
but here's where you can live, guys. Here's where you can live. Okay, and I'm gonna go from best to worst.
So can we guess the states? Because you had California, New York, and that was
take a guess. So this is from a separate
Florida,
a separate Forbes article. So there was a commonality generally in all of those places, right? For the most part, with the exception of Boston, they were on the coast. Okay, they were directly adjacent. I mean, I guess Boston is on the coast. Yeah, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It was either a beach town, right?
I'm gonna guess,
the Hamptons.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Kansas is one of the states.
Kansas is on there. Let's start there, guys.
Yeah.
Kansas is number 10. The 10th most affordable place you can live. The median salary in Kansas City, Kansas is $37,861. Okay.
Talking about
the median home listing price in 2022, $170K.
There we go.
Not so bad. This is the first. This is the first image of a home that popped up when I Googled Kansas City house.
Kansas City. Now, the thing about Kansas
stepdad vibes.
Now, the thing about Kansas City too is that Kansas City's half in Missouri, half in Kansas.
That's true. We're talking about Kansas.
I guess we're talking about a dual state area here. We're saying that
that's true.
Both Kansas and Missouri kind of the same, cut from the same cloth here. I'm assuming.
Guys,
they're close. Well, they're about
real estate taxes average out at about $1,600. Utilities $271. Food $7,600 a year. You can live in Kansas. Okay, Mark, you want to take another guess?
Very affordable.
Okay, I'm looking at my map of the United States. I'm going to say Wyoming.
Wyoming,
you were wrong. Nothing in Wyoming. Will, would you like to take a guess?
Yeah, Wyoming's actually become, I think, very expensive because of all the rich people moving in. I'll guess Texas, maybe.
Texas. There are a lot of affordable places in Texas. These made the honorable mention list for cheapest places: Wichita Falls, Brownsville, and Beaumont, Texas. All shitholes, I can say with great with great confidence. All shitholes.
But
yep,
that's where gas was cheapest that I've ever seen it when I was driving to like Louisiana.
Well, it's because they have so many refineries.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of the work in that area. Refineries. Yeah.
Well, let's go to number one.
Triangle.
Let me give you number one
Very
real quick.
affordable.
Number one, guys, and here's the first photo that comes up when you search homes in Detroit, which is the number one most affordable place for you to buy a home. The median salary, guys, is $36,000. The median home listing price in 2022, $59K.
There we go.
That's pretty good. Detroiters will spend just about 6% of their monthly income on mortgage payments, which is extremely low. And here's from the Forbes article. Although Detroit has suffered major blows over the years, like a failing car industry, racism-fueled out-migration to the suburbs, and blighted neighborhoods caused by the Great Recession, Detroit's been really on the upswing for the last couple of years. Okay.
I feel like that's in they make one of these articles every year, and Detroit's like one of the star cities.
I know. And the house, the fucking first house you still see still looks like it's haunted.
I mean, I would still live in that haunted house. Like, I can't get much more dangerous with the bus stop and the homeless people living out here. Like,
that's true.
I could totally go to Detroit. It's fine.
All right. Number two, guys. Number two most affordable places to live.
I'd go to the Golden Triangle or Detroit. A lot of these places I would live in for sure.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Indiana's got to be in here.
Cleveland, Ohio, guys. Median salary $47,000. Home listing price $140,000.
Big Heart of Hive territory.
Not bad. Not bad.
True.
Number 3, guys, is just 1 hour drive from Detroit and just 2 hour drive from Cleveland. You could live in Toledo, Ohio.
Nice.
Although Toledo has struggled with a depressed economy since the 1980s, in recent years, the Rust Belt city has really made strides towards a better future. I spent time in Toledo, Ohio, where the median salary is $37,000 and the average home listing price is $95,000. And it is worse than Beaumont in terms of what a shithole it is. It is horrible.
We got to get West Virginia in here.
No West Virginia, but number 4, guys. I do want to point out that Cleveland, number 2.
Coast, Mark. It can't be anywhere close to the coast. It's got to be in the middle of the country.
It's got to be right in the middle.
Like, I'm talking about the western part of West Virginia. It's nowhere near the coast.
I think they had some
Right,
requirements
still
in terms of size here.
Yeah.
Right. So it's probably not going to be
still like some of the people in West Virginia probably like commute to DC, which just like kills it. Like
that's true.
Some of them, not in the town I'm thinking of, but yeah.
Right. No, not all of West Virginia can get there. That's for sure.
Cleveland, number 2, is the 5th most murders. Number 4, Memphis, has the 8th most murders. Median salary of $38,000 and a median home listing price of $120,000. Here's what a house looks like in Memphis.
Name of Murphys for murder.
Well, that's a beautiful home.
That's a beautiful Tudor style home. Memphis, I mean, could be cool. It's on the water, right? Have you guys spent time in Memphis?
I would.
I mean, I'm not opposed to moving to any of these cities, honestly. And I think that in a recession, like you said, Pat, when we all moved to Austin at the same time, it was during a recession. It is kind of a good time to, align things if you want to, if you're looking for a move, because shit'll get cheap. Like if things continue to slow down.
Memphis is in my top 10 now, just off of the past 5 minutes.
All right, let's keep moving. Number 5, guys. Number 2 in murders. Number 5 in most affordable places for you to buy a home. We're talking about right down the street from our hometown. We're talking about Baltimore, Maryland, guys. You ever seen The Wire?
Never.
You ever seen The Wire? You can get a house there for just $191,000 on a $50,000 median salary. Number 6, guys. Rochester, New York. But Rochester is going gone because there's been lots of tech investment there over the last couple of years. I didn't even bother to pull up a photo of a house in Rochester.
Oh, no.
Number 7, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Medium salary, $41,000.
Like that.
Medium home price, $167,000. There's a burgeoning beer scene here.
Yeah, Milwaukee would be awesome.
Of course, the Brewers.
Yep. It's really cool.
Team.
Number 8, Montgomery, Alabama, where their slogan is where racism and bigotry meet technology. The median salary
there, yeah.
But their space exploration program, you know what I mean? $39,000 there, $192,000 income. Average home price. Yeah. And number 9, 10 was Kansas City, but this is one that I love, guys. Buffalo, New York. I love Buffalo, New York. $184,000 to buy a house there on average. $41,000 median income.
I would go to Buffalo too. You have to worry about the lakefront snow that comes in on Buffalo.
Right, very cold. Well, the two places that were the coolest cities that you mentioned are also very cold: Buffalo and Milwaukee. So like those, but
with global warming, Will.
No, I don't think it's really how it works. You still have to deal with the winter. Like I moved to Reno, where I'd never had to deal with the winter when I was in Texas for the 10 years prior to that. Trust me, you just have to deal with the snow in the winter again. When you don't have to. That's why shit is more expensive. Typically,
places in Detroit are going to become more valuable in like 10 years.
Right. Also on the list, guys: Fort Wayne, Indiana, South Bend, Indiana, Dayton, Ohio, Evansville, Indiana, and Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, I thought Indiana would be on there. They made the honorable mention. Yeah.
So there you have it. If you want to buy a house, that's where you got to go.
Well, I'll see you there soon.
There you
Hive members that are there.
Well, whether
let
you
us know which of those are cool. I'll see you there.
Yeah, Mark.
I'll go to Cincinnati, man. That's where I'm looking at Cincinnati.
That's pretty cool.
If you are an existing homeowner like me, then you're just like hunkering down and hoping that you don't get foreclosed on in the recession. So that's the tale of two journeys right there during recessions for homeowners and non-homeowners. All right. If you do get that home or not, you can just imagine it and describe it to a painter. And you can get them to put your family in front of that home, that dream home, and then you could give that as a gift. Does that sound pretty magical, guys? If that was
It
something
does.
that you were thinking about with your family right now.
No matter what the median income of that house they paint is, it's going to look like $1 million.
Exactly. It doesn't matter. With Paint Your Life, you can do all that. Paint Your Life will create a portrait with anyone you want together. Want a painting of your children, the grandparents they've never met together? You can do that. Or have lost loved ones added to an event so it feels like they were there. Or have a house that you don't even own, but you want to put your family in front of it. With Paint Your Life, anything is possible. When I heard about paintyourlife.com, I thought, what a great idea. For any big gift, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, etc., Christmas, big Christmas gift. But I figured it must be expensive, too expensive, prohibitively expensive, but not so. Paint Your Life is affordable. So if you want to give a truly meaningful gift, you've got to try paintyourlife.com. Get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo at a truly affordable price, or combine photos of people or places you love into one painting. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. Use a user-friendly platform that makes it easy to order a custom-made hand-painted portrait in less than 5 minutes. It's fast. You can receive your portrait in as little as 2 weeks. It's meaningful, personal, and it can be cherished forever. For sure, anytime you give a custom hand-painted portrait, it's going to win. It's going to be the best gift of that, whatever it is, birthday, holiday, whatever. You're winning it. You're winning the holidays with this. So,
unless you're a long lost twin like the Buffers, like that's gonna win. Oh, right. I'm your brother.
That's the only thing that could beat you is a long lost human being.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Dad, did you bang anyone else? I've been talking about this guy who kind of looks like me for like 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I bagged someone else. I was actually married. I had a son.
But unless that person
that's your brother. That's your brother, Michael.
That's the only gift better, Will.
But unless that person actually shows up in person, you still win with the custom hand-painted portrait.
That's
okay. Right. At paintyourlife.com, there is no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded, guaranteed. And right now, as a limited time offer, get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off and free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word FACTOR to 87204. That's FACTOR to 87204. Text FACTOR to 87204. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Message and data rates may apply. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text FACTOR to 87204. Get that custom hand-painted portrait for the holidays. Get it quick because you need to get it now. All right. Now, this last section is a bunch of news that is buzzing around the hive, ending with some very haunting UFO news. First up, from the Hardo Hive regarding U.S. elections out in the western United States. You know, Pat and I still have this big Hobbs Lake bets riding on Predicted. And Arizona, at the time of taping this, is still less than 90% reported votes at the time of taping, 280,000-ish votes left to count. Hobbs has a 36,000 vote lead at the time. 35 right now. But the Dems did secure the Senate without Georgia, as we called last week. They got both the Nevada and Arizona Senate seats, as we were expecting on Friday's episode. So really not much news on the big election. So in Oregon, though, Coach Slowey of the Hive let us know that even more counties in Oregon voted to join Idaho last week during the elections, now making 11 out of the 15 counties in Eastern Oregon that have voted to secede Idaho secede Oregon to join Idaho in what's being called the Greater Idaho Movement. So.
Is this
what's Idaho got going on that they want so bad?
It's just not as liberal.
Yeah, Eastern Oregonians just hate the coastal Oregonians, so they're voting to join.
Is that even a possibility? They can't do that, right? Like,
I think what happens is if all 15 counties eventually vote to join the Greater Idaho, then they would take it to like the state level, which would then get smashed down because nobody on the coast would want it.
No one would let that happen, right?
Right.
Would you change the name of Idaho, or just like it
would be Greater Idaho? I have no idea, but it would be hilarious if it did happen, just to watch the chaos. But
you can't just join Idaho.
That's what they want to do, though. All these counties, 11 out of 15 now have voted to do it.
If it happens,
you can't just join. I mean,
if it happens
they're like,
once, it's
they're like, we
crazy.
want to join Idaho.
Yeah,
dude. I mean, there's already such an issue with gerrymandering in this country. I mean, I guess
they want to gerrymander a whole state, Pat. So, anyways, half a state anyway.
Virginia's praying this doesn't happen. They don't want West Virginia.
Right. This is like a lot of states have this inside, like Northern Virginia,
crap.
Southern Virginia.
This would be like a domino effect.
Exactly. That would be hilarious if states started breaking up. But
you're West Virginia. You got your own thing going on.
You guys are doing good.
That's good.
You don't need us.
You're us with an extra word.
Yep.
You have to think that this used to be very common, right? Because West Virginia exists, North and South Dakota exist, North and South Carolina exist, Nevada broke off of Utah. So it actually was pretty common back in the day for states to hate, like half of states to hate each other enough where
we're New Mexico.
Yeah. So I don't think anything's going to happen, but it is hilarious to watch. Oregon has been weird. Phil Knight, he's normally, we're talking about Democrat donors normally. He's normally a huge Democrat donor. He donated to the Republican and independent candidates for governor in Oregon this time. Very weird stuff happening in Oregon politically. And finally, for the political news, Hard Factor Nick let us know that Governor-elect Lombardo, Joe Lombardo of Nevada, he is the current Clark County sheriff. And guys, he actually used to be a regular on the show Cops. And here's his most famous clip from the show.
Why didn't you just put her in the back seat?
I haven't been that fucked up in a long time.
I guess she was so fucked up. She was like slamming around the back seat. Probably had to put her up front, hold her.
Man, Cops was such a problematic show, but I loved it so much.
I
loved it.
Ever.
My dad, I remember, was like,
So
we're not watching Cops as a kid. I was like, why? This is the best. And it wasn't until later that I realized that there was issues with it. But god damn, it was fun.
He's underneath the overturned plastic outdoor pool, above ground pool.
Yeah, that would be a lot of front yard scenes, which is always
he's hiding under the
sad
pool.
and fun.
Yeah.
Did you know that Cops had the final edit on Cops?
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's like
So they
They literally, I mean, like, think about that.
Cut out some
That makes
shady
sense.
shit.
A TV production company was like, yeah, no, you guys can have final edit. It's unheard of.
The
It's
dog
never-
did get carried away. Let's cut that part out.
Yeah. That's why no one gets away on Cops.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Lombardo. No one can say Lombardo isn't like salt of the earth, though. I mean, he was dealing with the people. You could see.
No, I mean he's well liked. Sizzlack was not well liked.
Oh, I'm not saying that
Why
the
one?
cop. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying Lombardo. I've like politicians. I don't think of him. This guy was a beat cop. He dealing with
Yeah, I mean he won as a Republican governor in a state where the Democrat won the Senate race, so he's well liked. And also, if the vampires come and rise up in the silver state, we're going to be in good hands because we got all that silver. First of all, second of all, Lombardo's in control. He handled that vampire very well.
She was a polite vampire.
She very polite. More news from the Hive, and thank you to Hard Factor Evan, Josh, and all the others who send this in on Instagram. A lot of whale news, guys. And so Wes isn't here, but still, I thought I'd give you some education real quick.
we don't want to scare him. You might as well do it now. Yeah.
Yeah, a little fun fact about here's their evolution. How they were like a little like dog thingy. And then Wes said it's not possible, but it is. I mean, these dog thingies, they go into the ocean, and that's what the scientists say.
It went from land to ocean. Yeah.
Land to ocean. And then you see it becomes like an alligator thingy, and then it becomes a whale.
How'd they get so big? That's the big question.
They started just munching on huge fish inside the ocean.
Man. That whale. That version of whale looks a little tizzy.
Looks like
It's like a dolphin whale mixture, right?
a fat dolphin.
That's the
You guys ever see that movie Tusk
Yeah. That's
that Kevin
up.
Smith made with Justin Long?
Yeah. It's
up. And that's the evolution, guys. And I don't know how you if you know how the evolution happens, but some folks at San Diego SeaWorld.
That's a big penis.
Yeah, that's SeaWorld.
Well, you were throwing copyrights left and right at this show. Inner Circle, Bad Boys.
Yeah.
That song.
Oh, yeah. This is going to get demonetized on YouTube.
Sorry to the YouTube viewers, but the clips are too good. Okay. Now, finally, the latest in UFO news from Jimmy Wett, E.B. Mara, Charles, and many more in the Hardo Hive. A group of 35 scientists led by the St. Andrews University team in Scotland. There they are, so you guys can see them. They're working on updating the SETI protocols, SETI. And SETI stands for Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence Institute. And their new focus here at St. Andrews is going to be on using the detection hub at their university to look for signs of life and then shuffle those potential signs of life into various protocols for how to respond. So something like if you find something on Mars, do this. Or if you find a weird radio wave signal, do this. Like writing project management protocols for if ET ever contacts us.
Okay. I'm not really following because all I could think about, can you bring the picture back up?
Yeah, of course.
The shape of the body of the guy in the middle.
It's a pear.
That's a pear.
He's the most pear-shaped man.
Oh man, you know, I get real like jealous and confused by those guys because it's one of two things happened. Either they lost a bunch of weight, like he used to be 500 pounds, or
it's just where it gains
food just goes different places.
Yeah, it's just where it goes for him.
It's his shape. Yeah, it's just his shape.
Look at the guy. Put that up again. Who do you think of this group always has the weed?
Guy in the middle,
Dude,
the
the
red.
guy with the Fu Manchu mustache and long hair.
Big time.
So much.
Yeah,
weed.
he rides a motorcycle to work.
Oh, him and Pear Dude are munching on snacks all the time.
Pear
Dude
Dude
doesn't
definitely
smoke.
smokes too, but
Pear Dude's on the
will
spectrum.
Get down though. Pear Dude, Pear Dude gets down.
You don't want to get him high.
I bet you
higher?
Pear Dude like
too.
He can drink harder than anybody. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Look at. I mean, like you could just
Put him back up. Why are you
That's
taking
a
him
body
down?
where he funneled all the substance abuse to the middle.
I'll tell you who gets high.
His stomach can handle anything.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Pencil neck on the far right gets stoned big time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the tall ass lady, the
and
WNBA player.
He gets gayer
She gets
as
stoned
the,
too.
the higher he gets, the gayer he is.
He's not gay.
On the
No,
far right? No, he is.
I don't think so.
Look, well, regardless of their personal lives, I applaud the folks at the University of St. Andrews for working on these protocols for.
Oh, they're
contacting
foreign. Okay,
extraterrestrials.
that changes everything.
They're Scottish. And speaking of space jobs, guys, because I think that's a pretty decent one. A delayed project that supports a ton of space jobs in America, NASA's Project Artemis, decided to leave the SLS launch system out in the rain and wind of
they wanted to get
Hurricane
destroyed. We called this, right?
Nicole
They're
last
trying to
week.
get it destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another hurricane, so they left it out. Yeah.
Well, Mark,
It's like a rich kid. They're like a rich kid, is what they
Yeah.
are. With
Said
something
I
that they
can't
don't
get
like
a new
anymore.
Power Wheels until my other Power Wheels broke, so I left the Power Wheels out in the rain.
Right, exactly.
I guess I'll need that convertible.
We've seen this before. We've seen this before, dude.
they claim that this was the best place to put it and that there's no damage, but that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Why would you leave your, $100 million rocket out in the rain, out in the hurricane?
Yeah, take
Anyway.
my eyes, but not the shirt. They wanted that thing destroyed.
I think so. I think you guys are onto something. And finally, the aliens guys know we're getting close to finding them out because the FBI raided the Nevada home offices of the owner of the UFO blog, dreamlandresort.com. So it's just
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. The FBI and the Air Force Office of Special Investigations, they sent 15 to 20 agents all day last Friday, raiding Jorg Anru's Vegas and Rachel, Nevada homes.
Right.
This guy's German-born, but he runs like a Area 51 information blog called dreamlandresort.com.
I don't want to Elon Musk anyone and just throw out wild allegations, but do you think it's possible that a few people that like UFOs and do UFO blogs also might be into some, I don't know, anything like pedophilia or something? It might not have anything
It's
to do
very possible.
with it. It might have nothing to do with UFOs. The fact
It's
that the
possible,
FBI
but
wants
why
to
would the Air
psycho-
Force Office?
I'll tell you what
I don't
happened.
know.
It has nothing to
I
do
don't
with
know.
UFOs.
I'll
And
tell you
in
what
fact,
happened.
The documents have to do with his pictures of Area 51.
Someone
Said that's why.
Well,
Man,
it was him getting, fondling a boy in front of Area 51.
No, I
Guys,
got that details next.
what is
haven't got there
changing?
yet.
I'm going to guess it. What is changing is people with clearance, their willingness to give away or share documents after they've left certain places, certain offices, certain positions. It's because the internet wants the truth out there. And I bet that's what happened. He has stuff he was not supposed to have, but probably by no fault of his own.
Right. So the government, what they did was allegedly, and according to multiple sources, did this, allegedly held the couple at gunpoint, broke all of the exterior doors to both home locations in both Vegas and Rachel, Nevada, ransacked the furniture and confiscated all of his electronic equipment, despite no charges at all being filed. And Andrew said that the documents they handed over to him only mentioned his aerial photos of Area 51 that he had on his website. So he took those down for now. But he has had no further comment from anybody. Nobody in the federal government has said anything at all about this besides they just went and fucked up his houses. So.
I'm not going to be surprised when the charges come out. So I'm saying.
I want to make sure that it was actually the FBI that raided this house. You know what I mean?
No, it was. There was the warrant.
Yeah,
was
the
served
FBI
a week
raids
prior.
the houses of sickos sometimes too. So I'm saying, I don't think
Yeah,
it had anything to do with UFOs.
Also, they abuse their power sometimes. It sounds
Yeah,
like.
of course.
You think this guy's looking for like little kid alien pictures?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they're
That's
so
what you're saying?
short. They're all.
Oh, they're so short. Look how innocent these aliens are.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll keep. I'm excited to see the follow-ups on this guy.
I mean,
So
what?
I don't think. I don't think.
Nah,
it
we should
necessarily.
just cheer on FBI raids.
Hold
Oh,
on.
no,
Hold on.
I just think you know, it's. I don't know.
I'm not saying anything bad about the FBI on this show.
Could be or couldn't be. You know, it's 50-50.
I'll tell you what I will be weird. Imagine this, guys. Imagine that we find aliens, right? And guess what? They're not humans, technically. Maybe there's some difference in their genetic makeup, but they look an awful lot like humans.
Right.
Okay. And there are children version of them. And pedos start looking at
That's a crime.
nudie pics of
That's a crime.
children aliens that look like humans. Is that a crime?
Yeah,
That's probably what's happening.
It's not technically a crime.
Well, we need to get
almost
legislation on that.
certainly what's happening here. I think you guys nailed it. All right,
Yeah.
wheel time. Here we go. Cup of coffee in the big time
I think
tomorrow.
Pat's off tomorrow.
is
Think
gonna
about it.
be
No, we got to do it again.
Not
Pat's
Pat,
off.
so
Yeah.
he will be removed. Pat will be. It will not bring you the coffee.
That's
The
right.
wheel wanted him, but he is not going to be on, so
right.
he'll be removed. Cup of coffee in the big time tomorrow is going to be Wes. It wants
Wes.
somebody. It wants somebody.
That's more
that
like
can
it.
barely get.
Yeah. Take
That's
that.
more like it.
There we go. Wes will have your cup of coffee in the big time tomorrow. That is it for today's episode. Don't forget, Macho Man's birthday tomorrow. Get store.horrorfactor.com to get your Macho Man merch in remembrance. RIP.
We're going to be
Most
driving into a
importantly-
tree,
Yeah.
figuratively.
What's that?
Tomorrow's podcast, we're going to be driving into a tree.
Oh, I don't
That's
think it's
like
his death date.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's his birthday. Yeah.
We're going to have a cake is what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most importantly, get out there and have a great fucking day.